this one is a really, in my opinion, an easy one to do. Being in is being in traffic and getting caught up in the evenness. Or the my space, or, and when I say evenness of, you've done this to me, I'm going to do this to you. We're going to get even. So there's this, you're in the game and you're now down at the sub level of the whole thing, trading barbs with all the other sort of, when you're stuck in that game, you're sort of like this reactive drone. It's the best way I can describe it. It's like, it's predictable what everybody's going to do, right? I mean, it is. You're standing there and people are waiting in line, somebody cuts in line, and everybody's sort of just, everybody's upset about it, and either 90% of the time the person didn't do it intentional, but everybody has this anxiety, and that's being in the minutia of the game. That's being in the bowels. That's being like the sewer. Sorry, but that's the best way I can describe it. It's like playing in the sewer, because you're playing now the game at just the full human level, and not at all from the higher path, the higher light, the bigger picture. The more we can remind ourselves that we're a unique aspect of God, having a human experience, for a reason this time. If we're here and now, it's for a very, very, very specific reason. So, and we're not to be caught up in this stuff at all. We're not really to react. Respond and create, and more on the create. But you can't be reactive. Doesn't mean you're not aware. Those are two different things. Doesn't mean you don't have quick reflexes. I promise you, my reflexes are a lot better than most people. I can promise you that. I don't have any medicine stuff in my cabinet. I don't drink. I'm not on drugs. So I'd be happy to be measured on that, I guess. But no, it just means that you know what you do and why. Deliberate consciousness, I guess that's the best way to describe it. But you have to first understand you are consciousness. So I've thought about the I get to versus I have to, and it truly comes down to, you can change that point of reference anytime you want. You truly can. It doesn't mean the circumstances are going to automatically change. Your mindset about the circumstances are going to automatically change. So you can have an immediate change by creating just that. when you're in this reality, I think we always feel there just has to be this constant battle to make things square. Does that make sense? We're just focused on just the little nitpicky things about like a fence line, you know, or a dog peeing on someone's lawn. I mean, it just, wow. We get really small, but that's where we are. That's where our thinking is. We're only thinking fully in the ego. It's like, nope, I got my box and nobody touches it and nobody gets over it. My God. It's a challenge to feel in that space, to feel things and be things at a higher perspective all the times, at all times. You know, that's the top and bottom of every breath. But that's the ask, at least for me, and if that's what you ask for, that's the truth, and then that is what it is. I mean, it just takes that kind of breath, I guess. The right lane is awesome. Don't use anything but unless it's fully stopped in front of you. It'll all get there, and I promise you the reaction over it's just always better. I think be more entertained by the lack of awareness than be perturbed by it. Maybe in bewilderment possibly, but don't be perturbed, because that's a dynamic you're not going to change. Does that make sense? And it's probably going to get a little bit worse before it gets a bit better. But it will get better. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. But yeah, it's interesting, but we'll get there. So anyway, try not to get stuck in the reactive mode. Be aware of the game. Play it from a higher perspective. It'll slow it down. It'll make the move slower or seem slower. It'll be clearer. The path will be clearer. Yeah, something just came to me that as in like trying to learn a spiritual practice like my Reiki grid is be in a space where you are always in a heart space to let spirit come through and nudge, correct, make bold moves all the time as you're going through your day. Does that make sense? The reason I say that is that's sort of your, just think of being your highest self, sort of no matter what it is that you're going to do. Then whatever's going to transpire from that is going to transpire. Does that mean you don't have to overthink it? Just let that be the intention, the intention. Yeah. In but not of. Also, when you're in but not of. When you're in, you're able to see and understand longer timelines and bigger views, and it sort of slows all that down. Does that make sense? It takes I know it gets very urgent when we're down in the 3D with everything that's going on, but when you're out of it, it's not urgent. It's not urgent. It's just the kids are just fighting over toys. That's really I think that's the best analogy. I think I just described it. So that's the best thing I can think of with regards to the earthly noise. Oh, that's awesome. It's just a bunch of kids fighting over toys. Well, I can't think of a better way to end. Thank you, peace.